welcome back. Today we will be performing our last and final task of module 7, which is the knowledge check. So in order in order to pass this, we must score 70% or higher to complete the knowledge check. We have unlimited chances, and the knowledge check has in total 10 questions. So let us begin. So first question: which AWS service is a continuous monitoring and assessment service that provides an inventory of AWS resources and records changes to their configuration? So options are AWS Config, AWS Shield, Amazon Simple Notification Service, Amazon Inspector. So for this it is AWS Config. Let me just submit it. Yes, that is correct. So for next question, an administrator would like help managing complex and time-consuming operations such as patching software and routing to support tickets, which AWS service would meet their need. So the options are Amazon Detective, AWS Step Functions, Amazon Simple Notification Service, Amazon SNS, or AWS Config. So for this, the correct answer is AWS Step Functions here. Okay. For our next question, an administrator wants to ensure that they optimize their AWS infrastructure and also improve security performances. Which option would meet their needs? The options are AWS System Manager, Amazon Macy, AWS Trusted Advisor, or AWS Shield. So for this, it is AWS Trusted Advisor. Now moving on to the next question. An administrator would like to have additional insight into their applications and collect operational data in the form of logs, metrics, and events. Which AWS service would meet their need? The options are Amazon Detective, Amazon Inspector, Amazon CloudFormation, and Amazon CloudWatch. So for this, it will be Amazon CloudWatch. Let us just move on to the next question. All right. So next question is, an administrator wants to improve their vulnerability management. They would like to use a service that continuously scans Amazon EC2 instances for software vulnerabilities and unintended network exposure. Which AWS service would meet their need? The options are Amazon Detective, Amazon Inspector, Amazon Macy, or AWS Shield. So for this, it will be Amazon Inspector. Let us check. Yes, that is correct. So for our next question, an administrator wants to run continuous assessment checks on their resources. The purpose is to verify that these resources comply with their own security policies, industry best practices, and compliance standards. Which AWS service will meet their needs? So for the options are Amazon CloudWatch, AWS CloudTrail, AWS CloudFormation, AWS Config. So for compliance standards and industry best practices, AWS Config is the best service which will meet their needs. So that is correct. Moving on to the next question. An administrator would like to increase their network protection and eliminate any potentially unauthorized or malicious activity in their AWS environment. Which AWS service will meet their need? So the options are AWS CloudTrail, Network Access Control List ACL, Amazon Guard Duty, or Amazon Macy. So for this, the AWS service which will meet their need for potentially unauthorized access or malicious activity, it is Amazon Guard Duty. So now moving on to the next question. What are best practices for handling an incident? So in these options we have to select two. The options are run code on demand, create a template that describes all the AWS resources that you would like to use, identify key personnel, external resources and tooling, continuously monitor and assess services that provide an inventory of AWS resources, and automate containment capabilities. So for this automate containment capabilities, and identify key personnel, external resources and toolings. Okay, so now let us check. Okay, that is correct. Moving on to the next question. Next question is, an administrator wants to implement a level of protection against distributed denial of service DDoS attacks. Which AWS service will meet their needs? So the options are AWS Firewall Manager, Amazon Detective, AWS Shield, or Amazon Inspector. So in order to implement a level of protection against distributed denial of service or DDoS attacks, AWS Shield is used for implementing them for protection against the distributed denial of service attacks. Let us check. Okay, that is correct. The reason is that Shield is a managed DDoS protection service. So now last question. Which definition best describes an incident response? So the options are any event that triggers an alarm in Amazon CloudWatch, set of reliable, scalable, and flexible monitoring solutions, capturing the disk image or as is configuration of an operating system, set of information security policies and procedures that can be used to identify, contain, and eliminate cyber attacks. So, for the incident response, which definition best describes is that the set of information security policies and procedures that can be used to identify, contain, and eliminate cyber attacks is the best option, because based on the policies we can do the incident response and quickly mitigate them. Yes, incident response is a set of information security policies and procedures that can be used to identify, contain, and eliminate any cyber attacks that happen in AWS cloud. So here I have obtained 100 marks here in the knowledge check results. So here all the modules of AWS Cloud Security Foundations are complete. So now for obtaining the badge and completion certificates, we will have to now complete this course assessment, and to pass this we need to score at least 70% or higher. So although I will be solving it next, and although it was quite a fantastic journey here in doing all these modules of AWS Academy Cloud Security Foundations, and now the final task is we will be doing the course assessment here. And make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with your peers as well. Till I see you next time, wish you all the best and happy learning. Thank you.